Let's jump right into it. You hear a lot of people screaming, merit-based, merit-based. It should be merit-based, based on merit. You should only get it because of merit, based on merit, qualifications, merit. You should be qualified as merit-based. The real question is, why are affirmative action and DEI necessary? That is the question that needs to be asked. And I'm going to answer that question right now, why affirmative action and DEI are necessary. It's real simple, especially if you live in America, born and raised in America, or from America. It's a real simple answer. Because America has a history of a lot of classism, racism, treating minorities bad, white supremacy where only white people could have things. And that is the reason why over time people started getting tired of that and they wanted their fair share. They wanted an equal opportunity. So that's when they begin talking about civil rights and affirmative action and DEI. DEI is diversity, equity, inclusion. Diversity is the inclusion of individuals representing more than one national origin, color, religion, socioeconomic stratum, sexual orientation. Equity is something that is fair and just. Inclusion means including more people in different organizations or groups. So that's basically what DEI is. People get confused on what affirmative action and DEI actually are, though. Affirmative action, because for some reason, when people hear affirmative action and DEI, they just automatically think, oh, you're in here because of a quota. Oh, they had to let black people in, or they had to let Hispanic people in, or they had to let women in, or disabled people. That is not what DEI and affirmative action mean. If you believe that they really just let people in based off skin color, unqualified, you really believe that if something is wrong with you, if you really believe places of businesses, especially like hospitals and airports and fire stations, if you really believe they let unqualified people work in those positions simply because they're a minority, you need to go to a therapist or a doctor to get your head checked if you actually believe that. So you're telling me, let's think logically for a minute. You're actually telling me honestly that these companies, these hospitals, these fire stations, these airports will risk the chance of getting sued by hiring unqualified doctors, unqualified nurses, unqualified firefighters, unqualified pilots just to fit quotas. Those positions where people's lives are in danger, you think they would risk people dying and getting sued just so they would have to hire black people or women or Hispanic people or Asian people? You really, let's be honest here, you really believe that? If you really believe that, there is something wrong with you. If I go to a hospital and I see it's a black doctor or a woman doctor or an Asian doctor or a Hispanic doctor, I'm not going to say, damn, man, where's the white doctor at? Give me a white doctor. I'm not going to do that because, one, I'm in a hospital, so obviously these people must have been qualified to get this damn position. Why would they hire somebody who's not qualified? And secondly, if I see a black doctor or a woman doctor or a Hispanic doctor, I'm going to know that those people are qualified because I know they would have had to work extra hard just to get in the building based off the discrimination that some of them would have had to encounter. Same if I get on a plane. If I get on a plane and see a black pilot, I got to be a stupid blank to think, man, am I going to survive this flight? They have a black pilot. So hold up. I'm supposed to get on a plane and see a black pilot and think I'm supposed to die because the pilot is black? That's stupid. But anyway, so you keep hearing these people, oh, it needs to be merit based. Oh, you're just a DEI hire. Basically, what it seems like when I hear DEI hire, it seems like they usually only tell that to black people or women and like Hispanic people. Oh, you're only a DEI hire. First, let's talk about affirmative action real quick. Affirmative action is not just about giving minorities jobs. No. Affirmative action gives qualified, you have to be qualified, gives qualified minorities or people who are a disadvantaged individual into an organization for an opportunity. It used to be a time where they didn't even interview people who were not white. Now you have to at least interview them and give them a chance to show, okay, is this person right for the job? Is this person right for the job? That's what affirmative action is, giving qualified people. I'm tired of hearing people say, oh, you're only here because you're black. Oh, you're only here because you're Hispanic. Oh, you're only here because you're a woman. No. If that person is not qualified, no matter what, I don't care if they were white, Hispanic, black, Asian, if they are not qualified, they should not be in that position. That's merit-based. But you can't, because if they did not have affirmative action and DEI in place, then white people will still just hire only white people. That's the history of America. White people just hiring other white people. And that's not fair to other people who can do the job just as good or even better than those people. But they don't get the opportunity because they're not white. That's why affirmative action was put in place in America. Now, DEI takes it a step further. DEI makes it attempt to get qualified people into specific areas. So let's say I'm making a movie or a TV show. And in that movie, I have different races of characters. If I'm black, more than likely, my whole life, I've been surrounded by other black people. I know how black people think. I know how they interact with certain things and what their views are about certain things. But if I've never been around if I'm gonna have Hispanic people in my movie or white people in my movie, I really don't know, unless I've been around them to give their perspective. I really don't know what's their perspective. What DEI does, it makes it, okay, we need to hire some qualified Hispanic people so we can get the Hispanic person's point of view. We need to hire some qualified white people to get a white person's point of view. It's the same thing as if you had a situation, let's say it's a single father raising two daughters, and something happens where he's not familiar with like something with girls. It would be nice for him to have some kind of female woman perspective from somebody. That's what DEI is. It's about letting more people get included in a situation that's at hand. Like if it's an organization with only like one group, then you don't get other people's perspective. So when the movie comes out or when the product gets released and you get negative reviews, they're going to ask, well, where were all the women in this discussion? Even something like abortion. Why does it seem like only men are talking about an issue that doesn't affect them as much as it affects women? You have to have multiple perspectives from stuff. You just can't have one group of people making decisions. You can have a situation where you got 12 people, but 10 of those people are white, one is black, and one is Hispanic. That's not diverse enough. Now, if it was like 5, 4, 3, that's more diverse than 10, 1, 1. That's all people are saying is, we want representation. We're tired of seeing people act this way or do this because you think that's how they act, but you really don't know. You didn't talk to those people. That's why it's good to have different perspectives. It's the same way with like older people and younger people. If you had a group like imagine Congress is already full of like old people. Imagine if Congress is just full of nothing but old people. And they don't understand how the new world works. They don't understand how technology and social media and all that stuff works. Because they don't have a young person's perspective. Same thing, what if you got a group full of younger people who don't know like the repercussions of things and they don't know how something may turn out because they're naive. They don't have an older person to sit there and tell them, no, you can't do this because if you do this, this could happen to you. So that's why DEI is important because you need multiple different points of views. You need multiple representation. If you just have one whole group without different opinions of other people representation, it's not going to end well. But let me know in the comment section, do you approve of affirmative action DEI, or do you think it should just be whoever I want to hire, I just hire? Oh, and then like 95% of my people just end up my employees end up white, and that's just a coincidence. All those 95% just happen to be the most qualified. That's kind of how like the president's administration is right now. All those people that work for him, it's like 98% white people. So basically, when I see that, you're telling me black people aren't qualified to work for you, Hispanic people aren't qualified, Asian people aren't qualified. The only people that happen to be qualified were white people. And that's this administration and the one he had 8 years ago or whatever. So let me know in the comment section. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel, like and comment. More videos coming soon. Trey T out. Peace.